Yep, it's on.
Okay. Hello.
Hi, I'm Trenton Hanson.
Hi, Trenton. I'm Jan Bowen. Have a seat. It's good to meet you, too. So you're here today to interview for our staff nursing position here at Hanson?
Yes, I am.
Is that right? Okay, so the process is I'm going to ask you some questions, of course, and then at the end there'll be time if you have any questions for me.
Okay.
Okay, or anywhere along the line if you have any questions, feel
Okay.
free to ask. All right? Okay, so first of all, you go by Trenton or Trent?
Either one.
Either one is fine?
Trent seems to be the preference for everyone, though.
Oh, Trent? Okay.
Yes.
All right, Trent. So, first of all, Trent, can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
I will be turning 27 here in March. I am a student up at Weber State. I'm working on my Bachelor's of Healthcare Administration degree.
Mm-hmm.
I graduated in June with my RN. Well, actually graduated in May and fully and I received my license in June, I should say.
Okay. So you're an RN?
Yes, I am.
All right, very good.
And I'm currently working right now at CSL Plasma in Salt Lake City.
Okay.
I'm in the medical offices there.
Okay. So you're going to, and then I see you're getting a Bachelor of Healthcare Administration
Yes, I am.
degree as well from Weber State. And so what you're looking for right now is something while you're going to school. You'll be still attending school while you'll be working. Is that right?
That is the plan. Most of the courses for the healthcare administration degree are offered online, so it's fully flexible.
Okay.
Usually only need one day off a week for school, unless of course I'm working graveyards. So.
I see. All right. Okay. Now, where have you done clinicals?
Yes, I have.
Where did you do your clinicals?
With the nursing program, I did clinicals all over Weber and Davis County. Did clinicals. I'd spent a huge amount of time with the IHC system over at McKay-D. I actually did my capstone at McKay-D Hospital in the surgical intermediate care unit there.
Mm-hmm.
Had a great time, worked 4 weeks straight there full time.
Mm-hmm.
Prior to that, the semester before that, I spent 4 months at LDS Hospital. And for the most part while I was there, I was on the oncology unit with my nursing instructor, Julie Killebrew, who works there.
4 months in oncology?
Yes.
Excellent.
Mostly with the bone marrow transport or transplant group. Excuse me.
And that was where? Ogden Regional?
At LDS Hospital.
Oh, LDS.
Yes.
Okay.
I did spend a little bit of time over Ogden Regional in the women's health department there, and nearby I did spend 5 months at the Washington Terrace assisted living facility.
Oh, you did?
I did.
So you've been all over the place.
Yep.
Washington Terrace, Ogden, 5 months there, and how long at Ogden Regional?
Ogden Regional was a short, just a couple of weeks.
Couple of weeks, okay.
In women's health over there. Spent more time with over at the Davis Hospital.
Over Davis too?
Another few weeks there with
Wow.
the women's health and labor and delivery and all that fun stuff.
All right. What do you like best out of all of that?
Out of everything, there's no specific area that I like best. What has been the most fun is just helping patients, working directly with them, educating, and just delivering the best care possible has been great.
Okay. Right. Okay, I'm gonna ask you now something about college. Since you're still in college.
Yeah.
What college course have you enjoyed the most and why?
Good question. There's a lot of college courses that I've taken, and I want to say the college course that I have enjoyed the most so far has actually been the direct precepting experience, where it was utilizing all the information that I had been receiving in all my other courses and actually applying that to patient care.
Okay.
Because I could see, to put it, the fruits of my labor.
Okay. So if you totaled up all your precepting experience, do you have any idea what it would total up to? How much time involved?
Full-time experience, if I totaled that up, it would probably be...
Or part-time?
Or even part-time, easily over a year of total just experience.
Okay. All right. Okay, so next question is, you do have some experience. You have a year's experience, plus you have some oncology experience, right?
Yes.
LDS, so I'm not going to ask you that question. If you were to contact, or if I were to contact a former supervisor or employer, what would they tell me about you?
They would probably say that I am a hardworking, motivated individual who comes in and gets his work done, gets along well with others, and is adaptable to a lot of situations, willing to work in anything that needs to get done.
Okay, and adaptable. Okay, so hardworking and motivated, you're a good people person, and you're adaptable. Now, if you could describe a weakness about yourself.
A weakness, a weakness about myself is a lot of times I might not know something, so
you can't know everything, right?
Exactly. Though I do find that in a lot of situations to be a weakness, though you can easily work around it, and I usually do by going to others who I know who have that information to ask them for help.
So you ask for help.
Yes.
So then that's not really a weakness, right? That's good. Okay, so have you ever worked under deadline pressure, and when?
Absolutely. Years ago, I worked with a company called Kruger and Kemlon, and I often and that was I put that in my application on my resume. I apologize.
That's okay.
Yeah, with Kruger and Kemlon, we often had deadlines to get work done every single day, and we had a minimum deadline set, and a lot of times we got sent into areas that we had never been in before, and particularly, one day stands out the most. I was brand new and was sent out on my very first day without someone else there to help me. I was sent into Draper, which is an area that I'd never been in, and from that experience I learned a couple of different things. One, I could call and ask for help no matter how hopeless the situation felt. Number two, that with that, a lot of times if people can see that you are working as hard as you can, that there's forgiveness and there are people there that can share that experience with you, that it's not the end of the world if you can't meet a deadline, but they do expect you to do everything you can to meet that deadline.
Okay. Okay, so communication is really important then, isn't it?
Yes.
On the job.
Yes.
Okay.
And in that particular job, you get sent out on your own. You are there working on your own. You have to be self-motivated. but you can always contact the offices and your managers and things like that. So they leave those avenues of communication open.
All right. So Trent, where do you want to be in 5 years, and then where do you want to be in 10 years from now?
Good question. I've actually had a lot of time to think about both of those, and where I want to be, exactly where I want to be, I am unsure. I know I want to be working. I know I want to be involved in patient care. I know I want to be providing great service to others and helping people be the best they can.
Okay, so what do you know about Hanson?
I know, looking at the reasons why John Huntsman Sr. built the hospital, I think he had an absolutely great vision of the fact that cancer can be cured. And that is in his mission statement, saying, of course, that cancer can be cured. I love that vision. I love that optimism. I love the mission of the hospital, which is to provide great patient care and collaboration and working together to come up with the best outcomes possible for each and every patient, not just setting down a specific standard that everyone has to follow, but collaboratively working with each individual patient to create that individual plan of care.
Oh, okay.
Just awesome. And the settings, it looks to be an amazing place to be able to do that.
Okay. So, next question. What do you consider to be the major issue in the field of, say, nursing today?
Major issue, a lot of times is personal patient relations, actually truly getting in there and providing excellent nursing care. A lot of times we as nurses can become either burnt out based on getting ourselves too tied into patient care and tying ourselves up with patients too closely that we can't create that break between us and the patient's lives, so we get burnt out quite often. On the flip side of that is nurses who have stopped caring at all, who are there to collect a paycheck, give the medications and be done. I think finding that perfect path between the two is the biggest concern in nursing, where we can provide excellent customer or patient or client, however you want to put it, support and care, being empathetic and not getting burnt out or falling away at the end.
Not overextending yourself and then being non-caring.
Exactly.
Okay. Great. So that's good to know. I just have a few more of this type of question to ask you. First of all, how do you handle stress?
A couple of different ways. I really like with stress in the workplace. I work really hard to just take a moment for myself, especially in a stressful situation. Take a moment and just take a mental breather. Step back from the situation and look at it from all sides so that I can come at it again clear and centered. In my personal life, I like taking those moments, sometimes just chilling out, just kind of enjoying myself, not doing anything that would cause any stress personally.
Okay. So do you feel like you're bothered by stress, or do you handle stress pretty well? I mean, when you have like a couple of things that you have to do at the same time, does that stress you out, or?
No, I think stress can be extraordinarily useful. Use it to get myself motivated.
Okay.
To work ahead. I mean, if there's a couple of things to do, you prioritize those as best you can with the information you have at hand, and you work. And if you can figure out a way how to kill two birds with one stone, go for it.
Okay. Good. So why should we hire you?
I believe I am an excellent candidate for the position. I believe I am a hardworking, adaptable individual, and I can provide excellent patient care for the patients here at the Hanson Hospital. Surgical oncology is a great place to start from. I really enjoyed my experience on surgical and intermediate care up at McKay-D, and having received that experience, I believe I can provide the level of care that is needed to help these patients through this difficult time in their lives.
Okay. So if we were to make an offer, what salary would you require?
I personally, at that point in time, I would love to speak about that. As of right now, my only preference is that I be paying.
You want to be paid something.
Absolutely.
Okay. So now I'm going to ask a couple of behavioral-based questions. So I am looking for a specific example. All right? All right? I want just one example. So first of all, and you can take some time after I ask the question to gather your thoughts. Describe a situation in which you had to use reference materials to write a research paper. What was the topic, and what journals did you read?
Good question. I had an opportunity in my fourth semester of nursing school to research direct patient care. I was able to find articles using UNESCO host that led me to journals in the American Nursing Journal, as well as information through the Patch Adams Foundation, and was able to write a paper on that about, and to tell you the information that was given that I found was absolutely wonderful, and talked about truly respecting and treating patients in the most human way possible, and truly empathizing with them and having fun.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a great paper that I actually did as part of the group, and we were able to present that, and I feel like the class got a lot out of it.
Mm. They learned a lot.
Being able to show that.
Okay, very good. Did you learn a lot also?
I did.
Research. And did you get a good grade for that paper?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Did you get an A?
Yes.
100%. Wow, must have been fantastic. Okay. So the next question I have for you is, give me a specific example of a time when a coworker or classmate criticized your work in front of others. How did you respond, and how has that event shaped the way you communicate with others? So, have you ever been criticized in front of others for your work in a time situation that you can remember?
not directly in front of others.
Really?
It's not that, not that I can think of. No criticisms. A lot of the criticisms I did get were through management, and with those, at first I felt. I'll put it that I initially felt a little hurt that these people hadn't come to me about those criticisms and talked with me directly. Okay. Just because personally I feel like I'm an approachable person, and I do want to help people, and I want to be the best person I can be and best coworker. And I've never had any problems with coworkers who have come to me and talked with me and said, hey, could you work on this with me? And by doing that, it's created such an open environment that I absolutely love, where people can work together to mutually uplift and pull each other up, and it's just absolutely wonderful.
Okay, so did that happen a while back in your career, that you had a criticism that came through management and not directly to you? Was that a while back, or?
Yeah, it was shortly after I started working at CSL Plasma.
Oh, CSL.
Yes. Yeah.
Which was not that long ago.
No.
But then, are you saying that you have worked it out?
Absolutely, yes.
People come to you if they have a problem and discuss it with you directly now. They don't do what they were doing before. Is that right?
Yeah, I since then had the opportunity, because at that point in time I was still new, and still hadn't garnered those interpersonal relationships.
Oh, I see.
So, and now if there's any issue, people do feel okay to come with me and tell me, hey, I need you to work on this, and it has been great. And while there has, while I hope if there were any issue where I was violating any company policy, that those people would go to directly to management, and then we could work it out that way, that'd be great. I don't want anyone else to get in trouble. But the issues that have presented have been dealt with directly, and really have led to a really great work environment for myself and for those individuals.
Well, that didn't take that long then, since you've only been there since what? Last year?
Yeah,
last April?
Since last April.
Okay, good. Okay. So, let me just go ahead and ask you one more. Give me a specific example of a time when you sold your supervisor or professor on an idea or concept. How did you proceed, and what was the result?
Good question. One instance that does come to mind is I'm going to go back to a great example I had with True Green. Is that during the summer hours, especially in the hottest times of the year, we no, it's not on we often would switch to dry fertilizers, and the problem that I found with dry fertilizers is that then you would have to go back afterwards and spot treat for weeds. I went ahead and through education and through, shall I say, experiments, went ahead and used a liquid fertilizer with the combined liquid weed treatment, and also combined that with the education of the client. This wasn't, and this is something that I was allowed to do. It wasn't prohibited at all by the company. It was just the given treatment was to switch to dry and then spot treat. But I went ahead and used a liquid fertilizer. The fear being that if the person didn't water that night that you could potentially burn the lawn based on the heat.
Oh, okay.
But I found that through education of our customers,
Mm-hmm.
and letting them know, handwriting notes, letting them know if they weren't there, and making sure that they knew exactly why I had done everything,
Mm-hmm.
that their lawns looked better,
Mm-hmm.
that they were better able to follow the instructions, and we had fewer customer complaints, and things turned out really well. And I presented that idea to my managers, and they were surprised, but they were in all cases very supportive of me going ahead and doing that, as long as I continued to educate.
Okay.
So.
Okay. All right. So is that something, do you think that they're still using that technique today, maybe, or? You think maybe they are?
I'm sure.
I'm sure they are.
A number of them are.
Okay.
I don't think it's a technique that's good in all situations.
Mm-hmm.
I did run into one lawn while I was working, a little bit into me already doing that, where someone else had done that, and the individuals who owned the home had been on vacation, and there was a blackout in the area, and reset their watering system, so it did not get watered, and so we fried their entire lawn.
No.
So.
Okay,
Yeah. So that would be one situation where it didn't work out.
Yeah.
Out of many hundreds, if not thousands, where it did work out.
Really?
So.
Okay. Very good. Very interesting. Okay, so that's all the questions I have for you at this time, Trent. So do you have any for me?
When can I start?
Good question. Good question. Well, we are going to be interviewing for the rest of this week,
Okay.
and then next week we're going to be making calls to have people come back in for a second interview.
Okay.
So hopefully, if you're selected, you can start right after that.
Great.
Okay. So I take it you want the position.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
Okay. Well, if you're selected, you will be hearing from us then.
Okay.
Okay.
Great.
It was a pleasure meeting you.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
You're welcome.